Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a well-known educator and a passionate teacher from the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions, a teacher who has grown to become the principal of this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vasuma Achar.
Greeting to all my wonderful students and parents. India is a rich mine of culture that has evolved through thousands of years and is manifested in the form of arts, literature, traditions, linguistic expressions, artifacts, heritage sites and much more. Millions of people from all over the world participate in, enjoy and benefit from this cultural wealth by visiting India for tourism, purchasing Indian handicrafts, appreciating Indian classical literature, practicing yoga and meditation, being inspired by Indian philosophy and enjoying India's diverse music and art. It is this culture and natural wealth that truly make India incredible India. This is the India that the founder principal of Vidyaniketan Public School, Srimati Prema Rajagopal, always wanted the children to grow up in. With a certain belief, she conceptualized the initiative India Insight. Her thought into this project was straightforward. Her passion and enthusiasm were to instill the spirit of India in children by creating awareness of our beautiful country's history, tradition and ethos. The preservation and promotion of India's cultural wealth must be given high priority. Cultural awareness is one of the major components in the development of children because it is only through the development of strong sense and knowledge of their own cultural history, arts, languages and traditions that children can build a positive cultural identity, self-esteem and appreciate other cultures and identities. It is heartening to witness the number of initiatives by the Government of India like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75 years of progressive India and its glorious history, people, culture and achievements. This Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India to materialize the Prime Minister's vision of igniting India 2.0 fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is also encouraging to see initiatives like this being strongly promoted in the new education policy with a number of other programs to foster languages, art and culture in schools. Ek Bharat Shreshth Bharat being one of them. More than 100 destinations have been identified as a part of this project where educational institutions may send their students to study their social, political and cultural history and also their contributions to modern science. India Insight, an amazing rendezvous which started in 2004, is diversifying this year by providing various platforms for debating and painting. It goes without saying that these events will take you closer to the heart and soul of our country. The reason why children should participate in India Inside is loud and clear. But don't forget, what is equally important is how you contribute continually, consciously and work towards making a Shrestha Bharat a reality. So I hope all of you will participate in the events with enthusiasm and feel and understand the cultural heritage of our country. Thank you.
Before we progress any further, let us introduce you to your host, the young and charismatic Rashmi Furtado. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal, she went on to become the only professional woman quiz host across Asia that she presently is. The co-founder of teachertribe.world, she has many a feather in her large hat. From co-hosting Tata Crucible to being the first woman to host a quiz show in Kuwait, she's also hosted programs in Singapore and Dubai. Business World rated her as 40 under 40 for content creators. She was also conferred the iconic woman for creating a better world for all from the Women Economic Forum. Time for us to get started. Please welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello everyone, a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the fourth semi-final of the India Inside Quiz, the junior category, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. This was a vision of late Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, who is a founding member of Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. She always had a dream of creating a platform which would ignite curiosity and raise awareness among young students of our country on Indian heritage. And the India Inside Quiz was the first step towards realizing that dream. And this year, the India Inside Quiz has moved on and grown to become a combination of quiz along with a debate and a drawing contest. The contest, of course, has gone global and we have had students taking part from different countries from all over the world. Today, we are going to be conducting our fourth semi-final. We have already identified our 3 finalists who have qualified to the world final, and from this semi-final, we will identify the last finalist who will occupy that slot in the world finale. Let me introduce our finalists to you and then let's get into the rules of the game. Our first finalist for the day is Rishit from DBMS English School, Jamshedpur. That's Rishit for you. Following Rishit is Nishant Harnawat from Vidyaniketan Public School, Bangalore. Up next is Ishwar Yuvraj from PSBB School, Chennai. Completing our lineup here today is Kabir Dubey from Jawaharlal Nehru School, Bhopal. These are our contestants for the day. Now let's get into the rules of the game. 16 questions is what I have for you. 2 rounds. The first 12 questions would be visuals and I have corresponding questions that go along with the visuals. If you press the buzzer anytime in between when I'm reading the question, I stop reading the question because you are indicating to me that you already know the answer. Single attempt per question only, multiple attempts are not allowed. Your score is going to be plus 75 and minus 75 if you get it wrong. 75 years of Indian independence, the score had to be 75. I will wait for about 5 seconds for one of you to press the buzzer. If none of you do so, I will move on to the next question and the previous question would be invalid. Once your name appears on the buzzer, I will call out your name and you have 5 seconds of time to immediately unmute yourself and give me the answer. You're not allowed to press the buzzer and then think about the answer. because in doing so you would be blocking the question to the rest of them, and that is something we do not allow. The rest of the rules have been explained to you already, so I won't get into the details. Let's start with the first round of the fourth semi-final of the India Inside Quiz, the junior category, celebrating India. Here we go. Alright, I hope all of you are ready. Enjoy the quiz. Only the winner makes it through to that world finale. Remember that winning in this semi-final is very important. The first question, visual of course, coming up on your screen. Here we go. Queen pineapple is the state fruit of which state? Queen pineapple. You have a clue there on the state. Alright, 5 seconds of time is up. No one going on the buzzer for that one. Our Indian states do have state fruits, state birds, etc. We are not really aware of it, but they do have all these things. The answer I was looking for is Tripura. Tripura would have given one of you a plus 75. Let's move on to the second question for 75 points. Here we go. Identify and name the only person. Rishit, go ahead.
Ma'am, this is Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy.
Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy giving Rishit plus 75. He's absolutely right. My question, ladies and gentlemen, was identify and name the only person to be elected President of India unopposed. Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy was the 6th president of our country, giving Rishit his plus 75. Let's move on to question number 3 coming up. Here we go. The jackfruit is the state fruit of this state where this structure is also found. Ishwar, go ahead.
It's Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu giving Ishwar his plus 75. I expected Ishwar to give me the answer considering he is from Chennai himself. So plus 75 on that to Ishwar. Let's now move on to question number 4 coming up. Identify and name the only Prime Minister Kabir. Go ahead. Stopping me?
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Ooh, taking a negative on this one is Kabir. I wish you would have waited for my question, Kabir. Question, ladies and gentlemen. Identify and name the only Prime Minister of India ever who didn't face the Parliament even once. The answer I was looking for is Chaudhry Charan Singh, who was the 5th Prime Minister of our country. He was also called by many as champion of Indian peasants. Chaudhry Charan Singh, the answer I was looking for. Kabir getting a minus 75 on that one. Let's move on to the 5th question coming up. Here we go. Identify and name the founder of the Rishit. Go ahead.
He's the founder of ISKCON and his name is Sri Padmacharya Balananda. Actually, I don't remember his full name. It's Balananda first. Sri Balananda Pandit, founder of ISKCON.
Alright, okay. Alright. He's a little confused with the name there, but he's absolutely right. Founder of ISKCON giving him plus 75. Swami Prabhupada, the answer I was looking for. Of course, the actual name or the detailed name is what he gave. Plus 75 to Rishit on that one. Moving on to question number 6. Coming up, here we go. Andhra Pradesh High Court is situated in which city? There's a reason I'm asking this question. It's not a random city for an answer. Ishwar, go ahead.
Amravati.
Ishwar getting his plus 75. We have completed 6 questions in the first round already. Let me tell you where our contestants stand before we move into the next part of our quiz. As of now, Rishit and Ishwar, both of them are on 150 points each. They are tied at 150. Kabir took a negative, which is why he's on minus 50. Nishant is yet to score, but I have many more questions to go. Too soon to comment on who will make it through. So let's move on to question number 7 of this round celebrating India. Coming up, here we go. In our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, Kabir, go ahead.
Ma'am, this is sand art from Puri.
That's your answer, Kabir?
Yes, it is sand art from Puri.
Minus 75 to you. Please, I would suggest that you wait for a little while before I ask the question. The question, in our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, Utkala is mentioned. Which modern day state of India was the site for the historic Utkala kingdom? The answer I was looking for is Odisha. Odisha is what I wanted as an answer. I know you said Puri, but that was not the answer I was looking for. Odisha would have given you a plus 75. All right, rush of blood. Kabir takes another negative on that one. Let's now move on to the next question coming up. Identify and name the mountain peak which is the highest peak located entirely within India. Rishit, go ahead.
This is Nanda Devi.
Plus 75 to you. Absolutely right. Nanda Devi giving Rishit his plus 75. All right. Moving on to question number 9. Coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the Carnatic singer. Rishit, go ahead.
M.S. Subbalakshmi, she is the only classical singer to receive the Bharat Ratna.
Plus 75 to you. He's very, very clear and sure about his answers. She's the first musician to receive a Bharat Ratna in our country. Moving on to question number 10. Coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the Indian archaeological site of Harappan era. Rishit, go ahead.
Ma'am, this archaeological site of India, this is Mohenjo-daro.
Getting a minus 75 on that is Rishit. I thought we had already seen that you often may make mistakes if you don't wait for me to complete questions, but this is how quizzers are. We can't really blame them. My question, identify and name the archaeological site of Harappan era city which recently received UNESCO World Heritage Site tag. The answer I was looking for is Dholavira in Gujarat from Kutch. Dholavira would have given one of you a plus 75, recently declared a World Heritage Site. Let's move on to question number 11 coming up on your screen. Here we go. Identify and name the former Chief Election Commissioner of India. Rishit, go ahead.
T.N. Session.
T.N. Session giving Rishit is plus 75. He quickly makes up for the negative that he took. He of course won the Ramon Magsaysay Award for the government service in 1996. So that's T.N. Session for you. The last question of this round coming up. Here we go. National Doctors' Day is celebrated in India in the memory of whom? Or in simpler words, identify him. National Doctors' Day in India. All right, time is up. Nobody's going on that one. I think no one wants to take a negative at this point in time. The answer I was looking for is Bidhan Chandra Roy. He's the former CM of West Bengal, and National Doctors' Day in India is celebrated in his memory. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the first round of our semi-final. Time for me to tell you where our contestants stand. As of now, Rishit did take a negative, but he's still leading the quiz with a whopping 300 points. Ishwar is trying to chase him. He's on 150 points. Kabir took 2 negatives back to back, so he's on minus 150. Nishant is yet to score. I have 4 more questions remaining. Let's see what happens. Sometimes these quizzes come down to the last question, so we cannot tell what's going to happen at this point in time. 4 more questions. Moving on to the next round of our quiz, India on your fingertips. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the 4th semi-final of India Inside Quiz, the junior category, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. Time for us to move into the last round of our quiz. 4 more questions in this round. All the questions are oral questions. Nothing will appear on your screen. You have to listen to what I have to say very, very carefully. So all the rules are the same, except you have to be very careful about when you choose to press the buzzer. Because once you press the buzzer, I will stop reading the question. And because nothing appears on your screen, you have no other clue left. So you decide on when you want to press the buzzer. Good luck to all of you. The first question of this round, here we go. Good Governance Day is celebrated annually in India to commemorate birth anniversary of which former Prime Minister? Good Governance Day. Very well-known Prime Minister. Nishant, go ahead.
Ma'am, is it Indira Gandhi?
Oh, taking a negative on that one is Nishant. The answer that I was looking for is Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Atal Bihari Vajpayee is the one on whose memory is the Good Governance Day is celebrated in our country. Moving on to the second question. As per the Public Affairs Index 2021 report, which Indian state emerged at the top of the list? This is for governance performance. Governance performance. Public Affairs Index 2021 report. Name of a state for an answer. All right. A tough one for our contestants here today. Time is up. You're at a semi-final of India Inside Quiz. The questions would be a little more difficult. The answer I was looking for is Kerala. Penultimate question of this quiz coming up. Here we go. Dr. Abdul Kalam Island, which houses missile testing facility, was earlier known as what? Kabir, go ahead.
Ma'am, Wheeler Dweep or Wheeler Island?
Absolutely right. Plus 75 to Kabir on that. Wheeler Island gave him plus 75. It's actually off the coast of Odisha, if I'm not wrong. The last question of this quiz. Here we go. N. Chandrasekharan was appointed as the chairman of which group in our country? Ishwar, go ahead.
It's Tata Sons.
Absolutely right. Getting a plus 75 is Ishwar on Tatas or Tata Sons. Scores, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the semi-final. Rishit has won the semi-final with 300 points. Congratulations to you, Rishit. Look at the happiness on his face there. Ishwar actually gave him a very good competition. He's on 225 points. If he had got another question right, he would have forced a tiebreaker to Rishit. Ishwar is a good quizzer. We have quizzed before, so have I quizzed with Kabir. But Kabir has had a bad day today. He took multiple negatives and then he could not come back into the positive. So both Kabir and Nishant are on minus 75. So the winner of our semi-final here today is Rishit from DBMS Jamshedpur, and he qualifies to the world finale of India Inside Junior category. Congratulations to you, Rishit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have identified all 4 finalists of India Inside Junior category. The world finale is coming up. If you haven't watched the other 3 semi-finals, go ahead and watch them. You will see the journey of all our finalists, and the world finale, I can assure you, is going to be extremely interesting and exciting. I will see you at the world finale that's coming up. Thank you for joining us here. You take care.